Pongay and the Star Traveler, a magical friendship story. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet town surrounded by dense forests and sparkling streams, there lived a curious girl named Pongay. Pongay was no ordinary girl. She had a heart full of wonder and eyes that never seemed to tire of the night sky. Every evening, she would climb the little hill behind her house, lie on the soft grass, and stare at the stars. Some nights she counted them. Other nights she traced imaginary paths from one star to another, imagining what it would be like to visit those distant worlds. One particularly clear night, as the moon hung low and silver in the sky, Pongay saw something she had never seen before. A small streak of light, brighter than a shooting star, descending slowly toward the meadow near her home. Her heart skipped a beat. Curious and cautious, she crept toward the glow. Hiding behind a cluster of tall grass, Pongay peered out and gasped. There, in the middle of the meadow, stood a small creature. Its skin shimmered with a soft, silvery glow, like liquid moonlight. Its eyes were enormous and sparkled like tiny galaxies, shifting colors with every blink. It was unlike anything she had ever seen, but somehow it didn't look scary. "Hello," Pongay whispered, stepping a little closer. I'm Pongay. Who are you?" The creature tilted its head as if curious. Its voice came out in soft, melodic tones, almost like music. "I am Zylo. I got lost." Pongay's eyes widened. "Lost? Where are you from?" "My planet, far away, beyond the stars," Zylo said, his voice trembling slightly. "I should go back, but I don't know how." Without thinking, Pongay took a step closer. "Then I'll help you," she said with a smile. "We can figure it out together." Over the next few days, Pongay and Zylo became inseparable. Zylo was fascinated by Earth's trees, streams, and clouds, while Pongay was fascinated by Zylo's shimmering skin, glowing eyes, and the faint hum of energy that seemed to ripple through his tiny body. They explored the forest together. Zylo showed Pongay how the stars looked from a different perspective. He could make tiny holograms in the air, creating miniature constellations with soft, glowing lights. Pongay laughed in delight as the lights danced around her. She showed Zylo how to ride a bicycle, although Zylo's little glowing legs made it a funny sight. They baked cookies together. Zylo was amazed that flour could turn into something sweet, and Pongay was amazed that Zylo's laughter sounded like a symphony of bells. One afternoon, as they lay on the grassy hill gazing at the sky, Pongay asked, "Zylo, do you ever get scared being so far from home?" Zylo's glow dimmed slightly. "Sometimes, yes, but having a friend makes it less scary." Pongay smiled, feeling a warmth in her chest. "I feel the same way." But even in the midst of their joy, a quiet worry lingered in Zylo's eyes. That evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills and painted the sky with streaks of orange and pink, Zylo grew quiet. He sat on the grass, looking at the horizon where the first stars began to twinkle. "Pongay," he said softly, "I have to go back to my planet." Pongay's heart sank. She had suspected this day might come, but hearing it made her chest ache. "Back now?" she whispered. "Yes," Zylo said, his voice tinged with sadness. "My family, they are waiting. I cannot stay longer." Pongay tried to smile. I'll miss you," she said, her voice breaking a little. Zylo's glow pulsed gently. He reached into a small pouch that hung from his side and pulled out a tiny crystal. It shimmered with all the colors of the galaxy. "This is for you," he said. "Whenever you hold it or look at it, you'll know I am thinking of you." Tears welled up in Pongay's eyes, but she nodded. "Thank you, Zylo, for everything." The ground trembled softly, and a low hum filled the meadow. Above them, a spacecraft began to materialize, glowing like a star pulled from the sky. Zylo stepped toward it, looking back one last time. Pongay waved, feeling a mixture of happiness and sadness. She watched as Zylo ascended, his figure disappearing into the dark velvet of space. For a long time, Pongay sat on the hill, staring at the sky, holding the crystal in her hand. The meadow was quiet again, but she felt a gentle warmth, as if Zylo were still near. She whispered into the night, "Goodbye, my friend. Until we meet again." The next morning, life seemed ordinary, yet Pongay felt different. She carried Zylo's crystal everywhere, feeling comforted by its soft glow. She noticed small things she hadn't before: the way sunlight danced on leaves, the sparkle of dew on the grass, and the distant twinkle of stars that felt closer somehow. Zylo had shown her a new way to see the world, one filled with wonder, friendship, and infinite possibility. Days turned into weeks, and Pongay often found herself lying on the hill staring at the stars. And sometimes, just sometimes, the crystal would pulse softly, as if responding to something far away. She couldn't explain it, but she liked to imagine that Zylo was out there somewhere, thinking of her too. One night, as the moon rose high and the sky shimmered with starlight, the crystal glowed brighter than it ever had before. Pongay held it close and gasped. A small beam of light shot upward from it, piercing the darkness. Somewhere, far above, a faint shape seemed to move, like a star blinking back at her. Pongay's heart raced. Could Zylo be sending a message? Was it a sign that he might return? Or that something important was happening? She didn't know, but she smiled, feeling hope bloom in her chest. For now, she could treasure the memories, the laughter, and the friendship they shared. And perhaps the adventure was not over. The moral of the story: friendship knows no boundaries, not even planets. True friends may part ways, but the love, memories, and lessons they share light up our hearts forever. Saying goodbye is not always the end. Sometimes it's the beginning of a new adventure, waiting for those who are brave enough to hold hope and kindness in their hearts.